Hey everybody, we are live. Sorry, G was out mowing, so I had to go grab his attention. Hey Starla, hey Jonathan. Jonathan, I did get your email. We just haven't figured out what we need done yet, so there's a lot. So I guess just whatever you're willing to do when you come out. But I will be at camp, so it's going to be up to G. So anyway, but yeah, no, it's been a tough evening. G will be here in just a minute. And we'll get all that going. Can everybody hear me okay? And let's see, Starla, Jonathan, if one of you guys, both of you, can give us a 5x5, that'd be great. And let's see, it looks like G's just cleaning up a little bit, and then he'll be over here. You want to take care of that light, babe. And then maybe pull it closer. It's still a little dark. There you go. That's better. All right. Let's see. Studio, the audio didn't start until you said something about it. Oh, okay. Well, so G's just coming in from mowing. It's been a crazy evening. We have dogs that have lost their ever-loving mind and decided that they were just going to start killing chickens. So everybody's in trouble. Everybody got beat with a chicken, and I am going to order a cattle prod because this is not going to happen. And you know, it's tough because they're good dogs. They're good guardian dogs, and they're great workers. So we got to figure something out. Got to figure it out quick. Chuck's in the house. Hey, Chuck. And there you are.
Hey, everybody. Sorry.
So, yeah, so it's been a crazy little evening. Yeah, shut that door all the way. Yeah, if you hear the dogs barking in the background, they want to be outside, but they're all in trouble, so they were raided. And it is what it is. They're lucky that their little butts aren't dead right now.
Yeah, aren't dead. Absolutely.
Hi, Spags. So, Spags, I got your email, and yeah, we're good. I haven't even heard anything from Buffalo Seed Company, so I'm not sure what's going to end up happening there. But I told them if they do anything, maybe keep it down to 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes at the most, so we'll have plenty of time. And yeah, so that's where we're at with everything.
What we got in here? We got Jonathan and Starla, Chuck and Spags, and Ghost. Boo.
Hi.
Boo. We are working on a cool T-shirt.
Yeah.
With Ghost. I'm gonna debut it at the Midwest Preparedness Festival.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Gonna be pretty good. Now look at that. We've had 2 days of good weather.
Yeah, we've got some hot weather coming.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens. But
oh man,
we'll get through it. I don't know. The kids came and visited this last weekend, and so we did turn the AC on for them, and I'd like to have died. I was in sweats and under a blanket most of the time. I was like, let's go to the zoo. So we went to the zoo so I could warm up.
You didn't want me to turn the AC off. What are you telling
That's
people?
not true. That is so not true.
Yeah, we went to the Topeka Zoo, and
It was different.
they've got a sign at the zoo that says "Eat Local," and then it's got pictures of all the animals in the zoo on it. And I was like, I looked at my son. I was like, is there anything wrong with this sign? And he said, yeah, I get it.
But it was interesting because they had, I get the petting zoo portion of it, but I did not get the guineas. I did not get the turkeys. And like, we were like, we just paid all this money to come to the zoo, and literally we have our own zoo. So
yeah, but to be fair, there's a lot of people that probably never seen a live goat unless they've gone to the zoo.
That's true.
Same with the turkey.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember how my cousin's kids were terrified of coming out to our house
because the cornfields.
There were cornfields. They were afraid to come out because there were cornfields and they had to drive past the corn.
Yeah.
They would die out here.
Constitutional carpenter.
Hey, what's up, man?
Afternoon.
You know, and it's like in fact, you go visit Hacks for the Homestead. It's like full on Children of the Corn Country up there at the end of the corn season. Seriously.
Cool. Yeah. So the cat's not going to help things. Great. So yeah, did that. It was good seeing them. We had a really, really good time. Tambra. And so yeah, no, it was nice. It was good seeing them all.
How'd you do? We do pretty decent. I don't know. It's been one of those afternoons, like she
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, stupid dogs. So anyway, we just got to figure it out because now we have the American breasts here, and they're already hard enough to hatch and expensive birds. It's a very expensive flock, and for the dogs to be killing birds, I can't have
And I
that.
don't know why this behavior just started in the last
Just
couple of
started.
days.
Just started.
So we don't know what's going on. There's something has happened that
Something triggered it.
yeah. So we have to break that, or else they're gonna have to go.
All of them.
They're gonna have to go to the cornfield.
Yeah, can't have that. So
I don't know, Starla. That's a good question. Terminator's usually in here, and HG's usually in here too.
they'll be here, I'm sure. It's just been. I think it's just one of those days for everybody. I went over and got milk today, and it just everybody. It's just a lot of stuff going on. Everybody's brains just kind of scattered. So there's a setup the way that they do milk, and accidentally the rinse bucket got into the sweet milk, and so the dogs got all the milk.
Oh, but they were happy.
Dogs were happy, yeah. So
We feel for you. We've been through that. We've been through that all summer long. We're gonna get. I was watching Ryan Hall, and apparently, we're gonna get 20 to 30 degrees above normal heat in the next day or two, and it's supposed to last for almost a week. So we'll be probably sitting 110, 105.
oh, we've had that. That's all right.
Yeah, but not for many days at a time.
I just go play in the water. Go play in the water. Make sure take your showers in the afternoon, and do all of that. It's just there's a way to do it. You just gotta figure out the process, what works for you, and all of that. And I didn't even think about showers in the afternoon until Tracy said something about it, and it works. Cools you down really good. Not a problem. So anyway,
Oh no, Starla had
What
a bad day too. Look at that.
is there a full moon or something?
I don't know.
I know that this month is supposed to have, what do they call those? Are they power moons, or
The what?
I don't know, like 2 full moons basically, but they call them something different
I don't
because
know.
there's 2 in the month.
I don't know.
So, but yeah, no, it's crazy. And then, so I'm getting the order together, almost done, ready to ship. I'll get all that out to Sun Oven no later than, today's Tuesday, is no later than Thursday. So I'll get that out in the mail and then get that done. A little overwhelming. It's in the freeze dryer at 5 o'clock this morning. And so I don't know. It just got to make sure I keep everything fresh and
If
then
it's
get it
2,
together.
that's a blue moon.
Oh, blue moon. Okay.
So
All right.
Constitution Carpenter said they had a cold front come in. So it was 70 degrees here this morning. It was just darn near cold.
It was cold.
Yeah.
I was ready to get up and put another blanket on the bed. It was cold, but I've been cold all weekend, so it was cold
And I
yesterday
hope
too.
So we're camping at SRF. So if you're going to SRF and you're,
Are we for sure?
I thought you said we were. We haven't gotten a place to stay yet.
No, but it's not too late to get a place to stay.
Mm.
I just want to make sure you were okay with that.
I just don't want to have to. Last time we camped at SRF, they got more rain in that night than they did in like a month.
Yeah.
It just like poured, just soaked everything, and it was not a fun time. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, hopefully it does not do that again. Maybe we just look at the weather, kind of figure it out, and then decide something. As long as we have a 2-week lead, we should be okay.
And everybody makes fun of me because I didn't enjoy it, but I did enough of that when I was in the military. I don't need to practice to be miserable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's enough of that to go around as it is.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out, and then we got to figure out if we're going to camp at Back to the Land. Of course, Back to the Land, I haven't even heard if we're going to get a vendor booth or not.
No.
So I did check in with a second email today, so we'll kind of see what's happening there. I'm not sure why we haven't.
That's a
heard
good
anything.
festival, but man, 2 times to Tennessee in less than 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, I just need you to tell me what you want to do, because they haven't contacted me back, and I can always cancel. So
I say we hold off this fall.
I think it's silly, especially since we got Son Oven and nobody else is out representing Son
Where are
Oven
you
there
going?
to shut the door.
Oh,
Tired
okay.
of hearing the dogs.
I thought she's getting ready to go send an email. Hey, Scanes. Are you hot and muggy too? Seems to be a lot of that going around. Let's see. Rickster says, I use 3 gators soaked in ice water at the homestead to stay comfortable. 3 gators. What are gators? Gatorades?
Probably those doohickeys that you put on your neck to keep you cool.
Oh,
Aren't those called gators?
I don't know. I thought gators were the ones that went around your ankles to keep you from getting bit by snakes.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. Advanced. Oh, Starla had a very bad doctor's appointment today, and she's telling something.
It's falling apart.
We'll say a prayer for you. We'll say a prayer for you, Starla. Oh,
Don't be angry, Starla, because if you start going into that anger portion of it, you're just going to start. It's going to, what do you call it? It's just going to
drag you down.
It's going to get worse. It's going to drag you down. You're not pulling positive energy into your body. And I know this may sound silly, but you've got to think positive. You have to make sure you stay in a good frame of mind, or else your body cannot heal. So you've got to make sure that you're doing that.
There's the Terminator.
There she is.
Good evening, everyone. Just finished doing my evening chores and then was picking wild blackberries. Oh, that sounds so good. Something ate all ours. We had two blackberry plants out of all those plants.
I got a feeling it's goats.
Goats. We're getting rid of a couple of them too, hopefully.
Yep, hopefully. Yep, I think we've got a nice family. He's a veteran. They have 11 kids.
A veteran or a veterinarian?
A veteran.
Veteran, okay.
Uh-huh. He was in the military. And they have 11 kids. So I'm like, come and get it.
And they just got some Nubian females.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So
they can start their own flock.
2 black and white bucks going to them will be a perfect fit, because they'll get all kinds of milk and babies, and the boys will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So Skane said it wasn't too hot there, but too hot in Louisiana terms is a relative thing. So there's no telling what it was like.
Right.
Actually, it's the nicest it's been here for quite some time. I watched the rain roll just above us this morning, but it lowered temps down to 80 finally. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, Sunday, it rained 5 inches here. At least that's how much water was in the feed bucket. And we had 3 downpours during the day that just was like somebody opened a tap on us.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
They say we're going to have a cold front come through tomorrow. It's supposed to be 103. So, yeah. So maybe you're going to get that cold front that just came in through.
Well, they're in Texas. They've already.
Oh, so it already went.
Well, there's a heat dome. There's a heat dome over the Midwest, and the cool air is coming and going around both sides of it, and it's supposed to make some pretty severe weather down south and up in the Great Lakes states. So you guys, anybody that's out there, just be wary of that.
Yeah. But to be honest with you, I mean, for August, it's been very cool, and a cool July too. So I'm not mad at it at all. In fact, I'm a little worried. I hope we get the heat, because I've got a million tomatoes out in the garden growing that need to ripen.
She stuck a rubber band around the doorknob so it wouldn't open up, and the cat's laying on the floor trying to push her nose through it, and it keeps bouncing back and hitting her in the nose. Our animals aren't very bright. I don't know what happened. Maybe there's lead paint around here. I don't know. They're not very bright.
Oh man.
Oh goodness. And then what else happened this week? Just basic stuff around the homestead. We got back from the festival, and you got to unload and you got to get stuff done. It's been too wet to mow. In fact, that's the reason why I was out mowing right now, or right before this happened, was because I need to get the grass and stuff.
It looks like a jungle out there. I went to go check on tomatoes yesterday, and I like to have died. The grass is taller than I am.
Well, it's because we got that Johnson grass. If you don't know what Johnson grass is, it's a very invasive grass that gets, if unchecked, it'll get like 7 foot tall.
She's praying for a hurricane to come.
I'm praying for a hurricane to come right up I-145 and take a left on Highway 7, just so it'll cool you down, so you get some rain.
Oh man, boy, it must be hot there. You want that?
Oh, the grass is crunchy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's unusually green here. Usually everything's brown.
Yeah,
And
by
it's
this
just luscious
time
green right now.
in autumn, we're usually
In autumn, in August.
In August. This time in August, we're usually 3 weeks into a heat wave.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill that dog.
If I go put a blanket over it, will it shut her up?
It didn't last night. I was on eggshells last night. I was like praying that you wouldn't wake up.
Oh, I woke up when you let her in the room and she jumped on me.
I didn't let her
2
in the
o'clock in
room.
the
She
morning.
broke into the room. I went to the back of the house because I was on the freeze dryer all night. And so I was just waiting because I knew this load was going to finish up. And unfortunately, when it's warm in the room, it takes the freeze dryer a little bit longer to go. So what should have been finished at 11 o'clock didn't finish until 4:30 in the morning. So, and then it was still cool, low humidity. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to take advantage of it, pulled everything, and then went and got everything into bags and all of that. So, yes, long night, but this order is worth it. It's an opportunity that we cannot pass up. Usually I would just put extra time on and then let it go. But I knew it was going to be a little bit warmer today, and I had another batch ready to go inside. So this needs to get done, and I need to get this order out.
So Chamber says not enough hay. This is the first year in 3 or 4 years that we've actually had a decent amount of hay going on.
Well, but you got to remember, so if she's saying that they're not decent hay, what's going to end up happening? Because we have a plush amount of hay, we're going to ship everything.
Yep.
So, it's where the money you'll pay is where it all goes.
Uh-oh. Terminator says the cold nights into the 50s is doing a big toll on the Buffalo Seed Company cucumbers. I only got 2 so far, but the plants aren't doing very well.
Uh-oh. Well, so those 2 that you did get, go ahead and make sure that you save those seeds for next year. And then you're just going to keep acclimating them to your area up there. So
and that's all Buffalo Seed Company's been doing. They get people to take their seeds and grow them, and then they trade them like B and Tag. I mean, how many tens of pounds of tomatoes did she get last year?
A ton.
And she ended up giving Buffalo Seed Company like 5 pounds of seeds, which tomato seeds, that's a lot.
Nancy bought back. Well, the first batch, so the contract was 25 pounds. Nancy bought that back and then ended up buying more after that. I mean, the tomatoes just turn out wonderful. I have never seen Amish paste tomatoes.
But what they do is they there's a specific way you got to raise them. You don't water them past a certain time, and you just basically let them go on their own. And then they harvest them and they save the seeds, and then those seeds are drought hardy for this area. And so that's what they're trying to do. So Terminator, if you want to do that, do what she said and save those seeds and make sure you get them planted, and hopefully, next year you go from 2 to 10 plants or 2 to 10, 10 to 50.
10 to 50, 50 to 100, etc. So yeah.
Rabbit Coyote snuck in. He is getting overwhelmed by cukes. Need to get many more quarts of pickles. I wish we'd grown some cukes. Honestly, all we've got is tomatoes and squash. Is there some pumpkin out there?
There's pumpkin, zucchini. Did I do pumpkin? I can't remember if I did pumpkin or not.
Okay, so what are the squash called with the bumps on it?
You want to grab it?
Yeah, grab it.
There's 2 of them that are weird. But,
go grab it.
I know the one. I know what this one is. But,
yeah, give me that one.
I can't remember. This is a scarlet oak seed.
So this type of cucumber with all the bumps on it.
That's not a cucumber. It's a squash.
Cucumber. I'm sorry. This type of squash.
I can't remember what I planted.
Our granddaughter had never seen a squash like that before, and she was fascinated by it. We sat here and talked about it for a good 10, 15 minutes just because she couldn't get over the fact that it was so bumpy, and she wanted to eat it, and just...
You should have let her eat it. You should have fried it up for her. I would have. Oma didn't know about it, or I would
Because
have done
Oma was asleep.
that. Yes.
Oma didn't get up till about 10 minutes before the kids left. Should have been up earlier.
No.
Okay, I have over 20 cabbages to pick. I picked 3 3/4 baskets of green bean. Wow. Yoda, I'm going to use my pressure canner for the first time tomorrow.
Great.
Wish me luck.
Yep.
Excellent.
Good luck.
Excellent.
You'll do fine.
Film it.
Yeah.
Be good.
Do better than me.
Be good. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a very high bar as far as,
Right.
as far as making videos.
Thanks. Yeah.
Red chili peppers have lost their minds. They're so full of peppers that I've had to prop some. Oh God, I'm so jealous.
Wow.
What's that mean?
Sounded like a kid screaming.
It's probably one of the goats. I'll go check on them a little bit. Oh, Skane says got wrapped up with chiggers just like her.
Huh?
Apparently the squash got chiggers just
Gotcha.
like she. Was that your first time ever having to deal with chiggers there? Skane's had never dealt with chiggers, I think.
Skeins, I'll bring shouldn't be a problem in October, but there probably will be some. And but the comfrey salve, that's what you need for chiggers. Heals you up like that.
I have never heard of freezing cabbage like that. That's old school.
Paper salve. A lot of people do that with
Really?
the tomatoes too.
And
then because then the peel automatically comes off, it makes it easier to can. And I don't know, everybody's got something, but even with 5 freezers, our freezers are full all the time. I don't have time for that. So
Terminator's pumpkin is attacking her tree. You have tree pumpkins.
Yeah, nice.
Well, I'm glad you guys are having a good year with your gardens. Seriously.
We'd have a better year if we put more effort into it, but we didn't put a lot of effort into it. And, I'm grateful for what we have, but I was focused mainly medicinal this year. So, but I'm doing that on purpose.
And the goats ate half of that.
What are you talking about?
They ate the chicken medicine garden.
Well, I mean, if they need it, they need it. It is what it is. So, but that's not a problem.
Getting fencing up over the winter is going to be a big priority.
Yep. Did you see the amaranth? That one branch is doing really well, and it's flowered. I'm going to have seed.
Which one?
That is the red fountain amaranth, the one that you placed in the high one.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm worried about is insulation. So we're going to have to make sure that we somehow insulate that because those come back every year.
She's got a red amaranth. It's 6 feet tall, but it's in that blue barrel, and it's a fountain, so the top of it bends over, and I had to put a stake in it today so that it would stand up because it kept falling over because all the barrel, it's so wet. I was able to take a bamboo stick and stick it all the way down, like completely into the bottom of the barrel because it's so soaking wet.
Makes the cabbage much easier for what? For cabbage rolls? Almost
No,
like they're
yeah,
blanched.
which is what happened. The peel comes off the tomato when it's blanched. So
yeah, but
that makes sense. That does the same thing.
Yeah, but the cabbage rolls are that's no problem. You just got to know how to do them. I love cabbage rolls. Do them all the time. And in fact, if you go in and you look at our new link for solar oven or sun oven, and sun oven, actually you get a discount on it and you get more with it. You get the dehydrator and all of that. And then you'll see there's a little video. He wasn't too impressed with it.
With what?
He was like the first video you did on sun
Oh,
oven is what's in there.
Yeah, go.
You're too much. You critique yourself too much.
It's cringy. It's one of the first ones we made.
It's fine. It works.
I mean,
it works.
I need to make another one for you guys because it's not very good.
So, yeah.
You see Starla, she got 76 plus
74.
spaghetti squash.
Beautiful.
Love me some spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
It is so
I've got
good.
some out there. So, in fact, I need to go check the butternut because I bet the butternut's ready to come in. So they were a little small when I looked at them last time.
Skanes is finding it safer poor fruit trees and planters and losing.
Uh-oh.
I went out and did a survey of all the trees the rootstock that we planted last year.
Stinks.
And out of 30 plants, we've got 6 or 7 of them and they're all shade hardy almond trees.
Out of how many plants?
You planted like 30
I planted 100.
rootstock.
I planted 100.
You know, well, a lot of them died.
I know. I'm just not happy. We will not be ordering trees from there anymore.
Uh-oh, Rabbit posted a video. Okay, I'm gonna have to go check to see who that is. Make sure nobody's stuck.
Yeah,
Or you want to go check?
I'll go check.
Okay. Sorry. She's gonna go check and make sure there's no goats stuck. I don't know if you can hear it, but somebody's out there bleating like they're hurt or something. Just one of the baby goat. Whenever mom is not around, she just sounds like she's being skewered. Uh-oh. I think something's going on because I just heard her yell. I'm telling you, it's one of those days, man. Okay, what I miss? Okay, Eagle Lover, it's good to see you here. It's okay. You know what? This is not. Tonight we're just talking about whatever because, quite honestly, we didn't get much done around here. She's been doing the freeze dryer, and I just did maintenance, and I was down a couple of nights this last week because my shoulder hurts so bad. I'm not getting any sleep, so I'm fighting it, trying to get sleep. I'm trying to do it without sleep aids, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. But I got an appointment. Got an appointment next Monday for the chiropractor. I mean, the problem is, I don't know if you guys let me stand up straight. I don't know if you guys can see that this shoulder is considerably more sloped than the other one. It's because of old football injury. But something must have happened because she's taking her time getting back in here. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to kill the dogs. I apologize. Tried to transplant one of my moringa trees that I planted too close to the house, and it's not looking good. Yeah, it's not. You got to water the snot out of them whenever you transplant them. Okay, Starla's got a question. Does anyone know anything about quality of Livingston Seed Company? Have a chance to buy 1,500? Wow, 1,500 packs of seeds for $400. I've never heard of Livingston. Of course, I'm not one to remember things like that. So if anybody's heard about Livingston Seed Company, too bad HG's in here. I'm sure HG probably heard about it and used it. Which one? Rabbit says I use Rare Seeds and True Leaf Seed Companies. Pour milk on it and water. I don't know why, but it works. Yeah, it's probably the sugars in the milk, and then when it starts breaking down, the microbes are good for the soil. So I think she's out there chasing it now because it's making all kinds of. Oh, guys, I'm serious. You just don't understand the way it's been around here today. The dogs losing it. The goats and sheep came home, and the goats were out of the fence. They pushed that field fence down in one place where they can jump over it very easily, and I have to fix it, and it's going to end up taking a cattle panel to fix it. But once I get that part fixed, they'll just find another place to push it down. So, like I said, getting fence in. We've got probably close to 900 feet of fence on the roll that we haven't put up yet, and we need to get a bunch of T-posts, and then over the property next to Tags, we're clearing that for the guy that owns it, and he said we could take all the hedge and osage that we want, and there's a ton of fence posts over there that just need to be cut and brought over here and put into the ground. And the good thing about that is I don't have to take the bark off or anything, because just leave it on there and the bugs won't eat it, and it's all good. If you do that with regular wood, the bugs will get between the bark and the wood and eat everything up. Oh goodness. So what else is going on in everybody's lives? I made the mistake of watching some Amazon Prime movies this last weekend, and what's going on?
Everybody's done lost their mind.
Why? What happened?
They were all back here, and they had the babies with them.
Back here? Back where?
Back in the backyard.
In our backyard?
Yeah, in the courtyard.
How'd they get out?
I have no idea because the littles couldn't figure out how to get back in. So I just put a little feed in there and finally got him. So what we heard that sounded like a kid was one of the littles. So,
Lambs?
No, goats.
The goats. Oh goodness. So yeah, I'm glad we're hopefully getting rid of two of them because they're the troublemakers. Jasper, the chestnut, he won't jump out unless anybody else does anymore. And then baby just doesn't like jumping the fence, so he stays in there until I open the gate up. But,
No, baby was out.
was he out? Did you leave the gate open?
No. Baby jumped back over.
Goodness gracious. So we were just I was just getting ready to tell him how I watched a couple of Amazon Prime movies, and I got like 15 minutes into each one, and I was like, ugh, these things are terrible, and they're movies that were in the movie theater and people really liked, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
And I just not a big fan of them. Don't understand.
Yeah. Kind of like Barbie. Don't get it. I just don't get it. So.
Okay, did anybody hear about the USDA is going to start requiring food banks and churches to get proof of ID whenever they're handing out food from their food banks and food pantries?
For what purpose?
Good question. The USDA, I personally don't see how the USDA has any say in that.
No.
Especially taking
That's an overreach.
taking names.
That's overreach. There's no way. No.
You know, so if you're involved with a food pantry or a food bank, and you hear about anything like that, let us know so that we can pass it on to people so they can be aware of what's going on. It's going to be really interesting because we do the harvesters. Well, they don't do proof of ID, but they ask for a family name and how many.
Well, because they're trying to figure out how many family members that they're feeding and how many families, and you can pick up for up to 5 families.
Mm-hmm.
So, because a lot of the families, and sometimes, I've gone and picked up because we have elders and that kind of thing that can't afford gas and that kind of thing. So, especially now when you figure a lot of people are diesel, and so now you're paying $4 a gallon. They cannot afford to go with the car running and sit in a mile-long line for 2 hours to try to pick up food, let alone having to drive all of that way. So I know a lot of people that will go in and they'll pick up for other family members. So it's none of their business. Yep. It's just none of the USDA's business. The USDA, they're wanting to control facilities, and now they're wanting to control the consumer.
Well, and it really, the thing that concerns me about it is, the charity used to be taken care of by churches and private organizations. And up until the advent of the social welfare programs in the 1930s, starting back then, that's how people got charity. And now the government is trying to supplant charities with government. And the problem is the government does not do anything altruistically. There's always a reason behind it. And one of the reasons they do this is because it turns into largesse. It turns into basically buying people's loyalty. So
right after World War II, my grandfather came back and he was working construction. And I can't remember, like Dad would know, but he broke his leg, but I don't remember how he broke his leg.
He fell off a roof.
Well, I wanted to say that, but are you sure?
I'm pretty sure that's right.
Okay. And so anyway, he broke his leg. Well, they had 3 boys.
And he broke his femur.
And my grandmother wasn't working because her job was to take care of the boys. And so it was nothing. The VFW would make sure that they left beans for them on their porch. The milkman would deliver milk to their porch. And, so like if they had extra or whatever, then they would drop that off. And then the postman would help my grandmother and my Aunt Margaret dispatch chicken so that they could eat it.
Hang on.
What are you doing? Why?
Because I want to make sure.
Make sure what?
I want to make sure that we're getting. Okay, there we go.
And so anyway, they would do that. Nobody asked them for their ID, but that's why, he was a lifetime VFW member. And so that's why they helped them out.
The chat's not working, folks.
Why?
I don't know. The chat and StreamYard just quit. So
that's weird.
Yeah. So we missed a lot of conversation you guys are having.
Huh.
Like a lot of conversation.
I wonder why. When did that start? What were you talking about?
Back whenever
now we're frozen. I don't know.
Okay, can you guys see us?
Weird. Yep, see, you said something about the government.
No, I hit pause.
Oh, well, and hit pause. Stop messing with things and that won't happen.
Okay, we are back. Okay, let's see what
he fidgets. And so when he goes in and he fidgets, and now we're behind, so I need you to go over to the other one because this is driving me nuts. And so
you're not supposed to look at yourself. You're supposed to be looking at the camera.
I don't like the delay, and I notice it no matter what. And so anyway, I can't even remember. You got me so.
Your grandfather broke his leg.
No, I already said lifetime VFW member. So
yeah, see, the chat on their end is fine, but I wonder if I.
You probably got out of it.
No, you can't get out.
He fidgets, and so when he fidgets everywhere and he starts messing with things they shouldn't be messing with.
I'm telling you, it's nothing. It's nothing I did.
I'm sure.
But okay, guys. So we aren't going to be able to watch the chat. We aren't going to be watching the chat because she doesn't like it being a little behind. All right. So.
I don't understand why is it my fault? What did I do?
I didn't say it's your fault.
What are you like? What chat doesn't the chat show
Look,
up the same?
Do you see this? Do you see how it's not moving? See what?
So is that YouTube or what is that?
This is StreamYard.
Okay, so YouTube's not working?
And this is YouTube. YouTube is working just fine. The chat's working just fine.
So they feed into each other?
StreamYard feeds the YouTube feed. The YouTube Live.
Huh.
Did you not know that?
Uh-uh.
How'd you think I'd get over there?
Oh. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Just do whatever so you can keep up with the comments. It's about them, not about me.
Yeah. Okay. So like he said, Rabbit said the chat's fine. So we're not going to be able to put any chats up on the screen either.
Oh, you can't do that over here?
Well, no, because it's not moving. You can only put it up on this one.
Is that on the live one? Weird.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
Well, as long as the feed's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sussery.
Eagle Lover, Texas. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, we got Eagle Lover, and I saw Amanda popped in here too. There it is, Amanda. Amanda popped in there.
Nice. Hey, Amanda.
Okay. So what do you want to talk about now? We talked about the USDA. You talked about how the VFW helped your grandfather.
Yeah. Oh.
See, and this is an important thing here. So as the government tries to get more and more control, it just makes building your community that much more important.
Yes. Correct.
So again, everything on our channel always revolves back to building community, getting these alternative revenue streams, and being involved.
And look at, because of building community, we have 2 male goats, 2 bucklings that we need to get rid of. And we have a family with 11 children that are able to connect to get those 2 males. So that's pretty exciting. And that only happened because of community. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know. I like it. It works for us. So that's kind of how we do it. So anyway, super excited. Amanda's on here. So that reminds me, don't forget about the prepper tour. can't remember, All American Prepper Tour.
North American Prepper Tour, Preparedness Tour.
Yeah,
I
preparedness
think that's
tour.
what they're calling it.
And so
Spags, if you're in here, what's the tour called?
we need to memorize this stuff. And so we'll be out there. We'll be at all three in October. And then I guess there's going to be more after that. So we'll see what comes up after that and do that. So that's going to be fun. Make sure you guys check on those dates and do all of that. And then let's see. We'll figure out if we're going to do Back to the Land or not. It just honestly depends on if we get in or not.
Okay. Rabbit Coyote said there's a diaper shortage going on again. It looks like for those of you that need them things. Yes, I saw that today.
Diaper shortage?
Diaper shortage. But I got onto the Popular Report. And yeah, Chuck people, I think it's the North American Prepper Tour. But the Popular Report is a one that I've been doing, and he does like updates 2-3 times a day, and he was talking about a diaper shortage, but it doesn't seem to be across the entire nation. It just seems to be spotty around the country. Same with sugar. He was talking about sugar being in short supply up in Michigan and other places, and it's probably
weird.
It's probably because of all the canning that's going on. That's the only thing I could think of.
What?
All the canning.
How many people in Michigan are actually canning?
Well, it doesn't take a lot of people if there's a shortage. You know, the shortage, they're just going to make it worse because of the activities that they're doing.
Mm.
I'm not saying don't stop it. Independent Mary showed up. How you doing?
Oh, I'm going to get this order out to Son Oven. I'm super excited about this because I had a goal before the next SRF when I saw John, because I told John my goal was at the last one to get that extra large freeze dryer and get that up and running. After I get this order out, I can order the extra large.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to work. So I'm excited about that. So my goal has been met. Now I have to figure out another goal next time I get up there, because he's going to ask me. Mm-hmm. So I got to figure out another one. But kind of see what direction we're headed to. But yeah, it's going to be nice to have more freeze dryers up and running, because this 5 o'clock in the morning crap is exactly that. It's crap. So
hey, I'm
not a morning person.
Got a question for the chat. Did you see the video that I posted about Chuck's book recommendations? What'd you guys think about that? Is that something it's not about knowing stuff. It's about knowing people that know stuff. And I know enough people that are knowledgeable on so many different subjects that if you guys thought that was a good thing and it was helpful, I'm going to start getting lists of books from other people, like 5 or 6 books on a topic from somebody, and start doing that type of thing for that. I mean, I talked to Spags and he gave me a list. I talked to Tag and he gave me a list, but I got to work on his list, because his list was kind of vague on a couple of them, so I got to talk to him and ask him which ones he's talking about. So we'll go do that. Eagle Lover says yes, it was good. Oh, HG showed up.
Hey.
I've got at least a couple 100 books, 100+ homesteading, farming, gardening type of stuff, inspirational to nerdy. Yep. Well, and that's what you need. That's what you need, because like I said, in the digital age, you're always one mishap away from losing your library if it's digital. And so what are you looking at? Which one?
His. I just wanted to make sure the gardening on there. So yeah, the Seed Saver book, which we should probably order one of those for the seed trade for Midwest Preparedness Festival. And so I'll get that ordered, and that's a book that we'll have up there, and we'll figure out some way to give it away. Maybe Spags can do that. Yeah. So, but I sent everything over. Spags is going to have all of the rules and that kind of thing. Don't worry. They're rules, but they're not really rules. It's just common sense. Don't be a pain in the butt and hoard all the seeds. And so I know
somebody got in trouble at the Topeka Seed Fair.
I didn't get in trouble.
You made them. They changed the rules because of you.
Yeah, which I understood, but I was also like, I saw this. There was one, and it was all medicinal herbs that I hadn't even heard of. And to be fair, I only took one of everything. It's not like I was loading up 20 items of everything. It was just one of everything.
That's not what B said.
I don't care what
B said. You were like walking by the tables and going like this.
That's not true. That is not true. So it's not true. She was nice. Yeah.
There we go.
So are we buffering again?
No, we're good.
Okay. And so, yeah, but we have a good time when us girls go and do that. We're actually considering there's one of the gals asked me, and
No, we're locked up
probably
again.
try to figure out where to who to use, where to do it. But everybody's got questions about the right holster for their gun, their body shape, and all of that. So we're kind of thinking maybe we'll get with somebody and see about getting all the girls together, and maybe we can just kind of look at holsters, see what feels right, get some recommendations and that kind of thing.
Chuck, I did see your books, and I'm gonna make an addendum at some point. Just got to figure out how to do it. And as far as the holsters go, ladies, listen. There's a national organization called the Well Armed Woman, WAW, and they're national. They've got chapters in most major cities. And I'm telling
Don't you have to have a membership and pay for classes and that kind of thing?
we're going to have to pay for classes anyway, but
Not necessarily. I think they're trying to figure it out with the community.
It's a good organization to be in, and they do train. They have training sessions at local ranges. They have women only classes, which I am a firm believer in now. I think anytime a woman's starting out, they feel much more comfortable being surrounded by other women and having the instructor teach to them instead of trying to teach the way males think.
Yeah, that was actually fun at the last camp out. We had that self-defense for women, and that was kind of fun. We all had a good time with that. And it was kind of nice. You weren't competing with anybody. You just could relax and figure it out.
Oh, look at that. The chat just started up again.
Nice. Oh, so I went in and talked to Wendy today, and the Coors Light guy came in and did a delivery. And so Wendy owns the liquor store, and she does me a solid
It's
whenever.
pretty bad when you're on the first name basis with the lady.
It's a small town too, and everybody knows each other, so there's that. And but anyway, so her and I got to talking. When I get my alcohol for the medicine and that kind of thing, which I'm trying to get cough medicine made for a neighbor right now, and
Are you going to shoot a video on that?
I told you I would. And on making butter, since everybody seems to have questions about the butter. I'm going to show you such an easy way. It takes 25 minutes. You're going to go, oh my gosh, how come I didn't think about that? And so anyway, I'll get those two knocked out. And so anyway, not the point. So I was talking to her, the Coors Light guy came in, and actually it was interesting because the Anheuser-Busch guy was there, she said. And so the representative, he was just kind of doing his own thing. And the Coors Light representative came in, and they started talking about the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing and all of that. Oh, Anheuser-Busch is paying for the politics right now. So not only are they laying people off, but they sold 7 of their manufacturing lines. Yeah. And so they're feeling the pinch. And I just want to say I'm very proud, especially of our small town. So our small town has took a stand, and Winnie said she didn't know what she's going to do with all the Anheuser-Busch. And she says she's having a problem because on everything else, she can't, the store sales have gone down a little bit, especially now that school's back in session. And so, because everybody's buying clothing and school supplies and all of that stuff. And so she can't keep the inventory in that she needs to keep in because nobody is drinking the Bud Light, and the distributor will take it back. So anyway, so there's that. But yeah, I'm really proud of everybody.
The good news is, if you're a beer drinker, Shock Top is one of the brands that they sold. So you'll be able to start drinking it again if you've been boycotting Anheuser-Busch.
Yep. Billy Bush was actually on a radio interview, and I was listening to that, and he literally said he was very disappointed, and he is upset about the marketing, which I get it, because they just messed with his inheritance, right? And he said that his ancestors would be rolling over in their grave over everything that has happened, because it was not their intention to ever get into politics. It was about the country. It was about the Clydesdales and all of that. And he even suggested to his workers that are getting laid off that they go work for Yingling. And Yingling is growing really, really fast, and they're going to need those drivers and those workers. And so he actually mentioned their name and suggested that. So that was pretty impressive. And then glad to hear that he hasn't lost his mind. But here's the really sad part. Because he has the insight, the people that came up with the marketing plan, they're not getting laid off. It's the lower to the ground, on the ground, on the ground workers. So that's sad. Really, the ones that should be paying for it are the ones that created the stupid ad.
Yep.
And this is what happens in cancel culture. It works both ways. And I'm just proud of Americans everywhere that have taken a stand and said they're not going to tolerate it. Really proud of you guys.
You know, and since we kind of touched on 2A stuff with the holsters and the class, Labor Day weekend, the Biden administration is rolling out a whole new thing on gun control, and they are going to make it the premier issue for the 2024 election.
If there is a 24 election.
It is going to be their keystone argument to why they should be reelected. So get ready for that, because they're going to start lying, and they're going to start vilifying those of us that are gun owners, and they're just going to try to make it a thing about gun violence instead of the poor economy, or the fact that we're on the verge of World War III, or the fact that our healthcare system is shot, or all these other things. So just be aware of that, because it's going to happen.
And if you want to speak out about it, I saw a really cool shirt, and I told Ghost I want one. Go to ghostshop.com.
Ghost Design.
Ghostdesignshop.com.
Yeah.
.shop? Ghostdesign.shop.
Yeah.
Go there. Here, I'll tell you. Yeah, Ghost Designs, plural, .shop. Go there, and he's got a 2A t-shirt that he's playing with right now. And he showed, you can actually go into his channel and you can kind of see it. I'm liking it. And I'm going to get one. So, so get ahead of it. And if you're not afraid to speak out, wear them. That kind of thing goes over well here, probably because most of the community is like-minded. We only have a few oddballs. I don't even know where they came from. I do. They drive up from Topeka and cause problems. So, you agree with me? Yeah.
Truly doubt there will be an election. There will be some emergency, and they will suspend.
Yep. And we're not the only ones talking about it. And, when you have your ear to the ground and you're listening to other people like Dan Bongino and some other big people and people that are really in and hearing things and know people, and they're all talking and everybody's talking about the same thing, it's a little bothersome. And anybody that's awake and paying attention, we're all seeing what's coming. That's what the last 4 years have been about, right? Making sure that you're stacking, prepping, getting ready to go, because it's gonna get ugly.
Well, and here's a call to action for everybody. Anytime you start talking about the 2A and somebody starts talking about gun control, common sense or otherwise, you need to correct them. You need to tell them flat out that it's not about gun control. It is about civilian disarmament. That's what the whole anti-gun thing is about. It's not about gun control, because if it were, they would do things to take care of the problem of criminals with guns. But instead of doing that, all they do is target law-abiding citizens. So it is not about gun control. It's about civilian disarmament. And I guarantee you that will open up some eyes.
Oh yeah, it's not going to go over well in this area. I'll tell you that.
Starla, I don't know about anybody else. I did not. But
I didn't either.
I'm going to say that the United States government is a bad actor on the world stage. Just plain and simple. It is a bad actor.
Yep.
Starla says there's a warning in Portland, a tsunami warning in Portland, Texas. Do you want to take over, and I'll go put them away this time, and I'll see where they're getting
possibly
out.
Check the fences.
Yeah.
So a tsunami warning That's interesting, isn't it? In Portland, Texas. Huh. I don't know that I've ever seen a tsunami warning for Texas, so that is interesting. Earthquake in Haiti. Oh, man. Yeah, this is about how it works. So those earthquakes, come in and then it pushes out, how all that works. We used to have those. Well, I guess that's not true. I think we did have a tsunami warning years ago when we were in San Diego. And that came in, but nothing ever came of it. So we didn't have that problem. But yeah, Eagle Lover, Texas. She said Portland, Texas. So let's see if I can find it right there. Yeah, tsunami warning in Portland, Texas. So I'm not sure where you're at there. Let's see what HG's got to say. None of the policies are about solving problems. They purposefully create problems specifically to scare some into giving them more power. Absolutely. And here's the thing, and Tracy and I were actually talking about this today because we're on the same page. When I go get my milk, there's a whole session that we have. And so we were sitting there talking, and it's very, very interesting to me how they've done things. She was telling me that she's had family members that literally have blocked her on Facebook, and they won't talk to her anymore. And she said it's really sad because they grew up together. And I reminded her, I said, but remember, they started this 2 years ago, and that's what they were intentionally doing, was trying to split us up so that we would divide. Because if they divide us and we're fighting with each other, I'm sorry, guys, about the stupid dog. If they divide us and we don't stick together and we're fighting each other, we're not paying attention to what they're doing. And they're just going to start taking over. And they already have. That's what they did, all because we were a little unaware of what was happening. Well, some of us. So let's see. I haven't heard anything about that. I live near Portland. You might go check that out, Jonathan, and see if you can verify it and let us know. Was sent, erroneous warning was sent. It says, interesting. Hey, babe, can you go pull her crate and throw her back in? Well, don't throw it, but push her back into our bedroom and pull the bedroom door. She's really, really loud because the goats are going off. Yeah. Probably both of them. Turds. I'm so angry. If you guys came in late, they went after our chickens, and I don't know if they were trying to set something up. Everybody's just lost their minds. And we've got those American breasts in there. You remember that tsunami warning in San Diego? Yeah. It's kind of crazy. So let's see. Yeah. But let's see. Oh, man. Yeah. First Electric, Smart City. They had big conference right there in Leilani. You know what I thought was interesting? Isn't it interesting that the president couldn't be bothered to go over to Maui and comfort those people and let them know that they were going to get some help? Those people have lost everything, and their businesses, their homes. They've lost family members.
Did your dad ever find out if their timeshare was gone?
I think it is okay. So it is okay.
Uh-oh.
So
somebody's in the house.
Hey, Miss Martin, she can't take fancy pants. They do free range. So we'll find her a home. Of course, I don't know. I'll just keep beating them and get a cattle prod. Eventually, I'll break them.
Yeah.
If government does it to us, I guess I could do it to the dogs. So, but
oh, look at that! Ain't good news. I had a surprise flush of shiitake mushroom, 15 pounds.
Oh, beautiful!
Wow,
man,
that's awesome.
We really got to get our mushrooms started here.
That is.
I miss that.
That is awesome.
I miss being able to just go get mushrooms all the time. So, yeah, that is way better having her back there. So they're not happy right now. They know they're in trouble. And so I got one that won't come out of a crate because she's afraid she's going to get beat with a chicken. And I've got another one who wants out because she doesn't care. She's just going to go work. But she's still puppy, so she's in that stupid stage. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just go back to old farmer days. That's what we're going to do.
Well, if we went back to old farmer days, that they would be in the dirt.
Well, you hang the chicken around their neck first. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that we can do.
I'm not hanging a chicken around and letting it rot on their neck. That's gross.
It'll stop them. It'll stop them like that. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna have to have somebody else tell me that.
Chris will tell you. Chris will tell you.
Really?
Yep.
Rabbit says he's got some pink oyster mushrooms going right now.
Nice.
Back to the roots. Simple little kit.
I like Back to the Roots. The only thing is, I think it's expensive for the amount that you get.
Was that the little box thing?
Yeah, the little boxes that I did.
Those are pretty cool. You're supposed to get what, two
grows out
two
of
grows
them.
out of it?
And the second grow didn't do very well, but that was probably my fault too. So we start getting into festivals and that kind of thing, and then you're not home, and then nobody knows how to spray them down and that kind of thing, and they dry out. But yeah, no, it wasn't bad, just a little expensive for what we got out of it. So
I've got an entire box of mushroom plugs that I don't know if they're still good. They've been in the refrigerator for 2 years, but power's gone out. It's heated up. I don't know.
it hasn't heated up too bad,
but I'll this fall I'm gonna
try it.
This fall I'm gonna cut some logs and
Mm-hmm.
inoculate them and stick them back there and see if we can't get something to grow next year.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, Rabbit says they're on sale for $7 each at Home Depot.
Oh, really?
And the good
that
thing
was better because I think I paid $20.
the cool thing about the Back to the Roots
Maybe
thing
15
is when you buy it, the company they donate money
to the schools.
to schools.
Mhm.
That's what it is.
But you have to like take a picture and some weird stuff. But yeah, we never did it. We were thinking about doing it for a friend of ours for their daughter's school, and just never happened. Never got it.
$225 worth of mushrooms.
15 pounds of shiitake. Hello. Wow. Yeah, we were talking about that too, because we were talking about the lamb and beef and the prices of everything right now. And so with the pastors not doing well and well, they're doing well now, but in the past not doing well, when you take things to the butcher, it's a little rough after you fed an animal for almost a year, and then you take it to the butcher, pay $100 to have it processed, and then you look at that price and you go, oh my gosh. And that's what we were talking about. So, for friends and family discount, we can do, $5.50, $6.50, depending on what the weight is when they come back for lamb. And
you went from mushrooms to lamb?
Yeah.
Is that what? Okay.
Because the price.
Just,
See? So 15 pounds, $225.
Of shiitake.
Of shiitake, right. So same thing with lamb.
Oh, okay.
So we will. So
Just
like
making
the
sure.
lamb, if you go buy it at the store and you get it, so let's just say rack of lamb, for instance, it's $50, $25. No, 50 a pound, right? Something like that. It was insane.
Yeah.
And so with the amount of rack of lamb that we were defrosting to take to a potluck, he kind of freaked out because he's like, that's $250 worth of meat sitting in there. And I was like, but we didn't pay that. And so then when you have somebody that comes up and they're like, I'd really like to buy a lamb roast, and you go, okay, it's $6.50 a pound. And they go, oh my gosh, and they're in shock. And they're like, go to the grocery and get it then. It's not the quality of ours. And 2, I know what mine were fed. And 3, you're going to go buy chemicals and do all that. You're fidgeting again.
Keep going.
And
You're sure asked the question.
So anyway, it's smarter to buy from the farmer. And remember, they're charging. It's just like, okay, so I pay $8 a gallon for raw cow's milk. And so that $8 a gallon that I pay, I go in, I get the milk, but I get butter, I get buttermilk, and I get whole milk. And so I get all of that, and I get a way better deal. I don't know if you try to buy buttermilk lately, but oh my gosh, it's expensive. And, so you figure at $5 a pound for butter, and then you figure buttermilk, $5 for a quart, and then you figure your milk, $6 a gallon, right? Who gets the better end of the deal? 25 minutes of work on my end, and I've got buttermilk, and milk. I mean, I get the better end of the deal, and it's just a matter of supporting your local farmers.
Starla wanted to know how to get seeds ready for Midwest.
Okay, so Spags is actually working on this link, so you'll be able to go to MidwestPreparednessFestival.com, and you're going to be able to go to this link, and you're going to see all of them. So I'll just go over a brief, whatever. So take your packages, make sure everything is labeled, put seeds in there, however many you want to do, whatever you think is fair. And if you're going to bring plants, make sure that they're travel ready. So whether or not that means that, let me grab this real quick, because it's important. I want to show you.
Okay, she's got it written down apparently. Oh, I see what she.
Okay, so when you do your seeds and you know that, just put them in the envelope or, however you do it. I've got plastic and I know you do too, Starla. Make sure you label everything. If you're going to do plants, then you'll want to take your plants and make sure that they are travel ready. So this I would consider travel ready. And considering I brought them back from Hannibal, they traveled really well. And then this as well. So it's labeled and then in a plastic and taken care of. So do that, or you can put them in regular pots and then just, however you want to do it. So trees, make sure that if you're going to do trees, just make sure, same thing, that they're travel ready. So however those are going to travel and that kind of thing. And basically when I send it, try to make sure that everything, at least the root is started, and then make sure there's a wet paper towel and they're in a plastic bag. And then that way they're going to travel well in order to be able to go back. And I usually put everything in a 5-gallon bucket, and then I can pull them up, wrap them in a wet towel, put them in plastic, and let them go. So just kind of depends on how you want to do it. So even though I said seed trade, I am opening up to plants, to trees, that kind of thing. You may take cabbage and fall plants. Yes, you can. And so, we really want to make this a big deal and something that you've never seen before. So usually you think seed swap and you're only doing seeds. Well, how great is it that if somebody has lavender that's already started, that you can go trade that lavender for something else? And it's up to each individual person, what they want to do. You could trade a live plant for seeds. How bad do you want those seeds? So you just kind of figure that out, right? And the only thing I ask is nobody be a hog. Don't take everything. Don't be, whatever. But here's the important part. We only have an hour to do this in. And so after that, it's prepper talk at night. And so I think we're going on after a giveaway, and then we go on, and then it'll be the prepper chat. So, or at night.
Around the campfire.
Yeah.
Campfire circle.
And so we only have an hour to do it in. And I was trying to get a company out. Haven't heard anything back. Not sure if that's going to happen. And I was hoping that maybe we would get a 10-minute tutorial on seed saving and the proper storage. And I do ask that the seeds, try to make sure that they're viable and not 10-year-old seeds and you have no idea if they're going to work or anything like that. Let's be fair to each other and treat each other kindly. Because one of the things, and you'll see this in the link, and one of the things I pointed out, you never know who the asset is that is standing next to you. So if you screw that asset will not probably help you in the future. So if they have the ability to get different seeds that you can't get, you can get seeds that they can't get. What a great asset, a great pair to put together, right? Because then you can trade back and forth and you can do it right by mail. So I'm just saying, make sure you be kind to each other and don't be.
We're going to have some awesome tomato seeds.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
Dang, I mean, this thing is like, it's growing over the house. So in fact, I got to get those done. So, I traded because I have to do the cough medicine and I forgot to pick up the bourbon. So Tracy actually gave me what she had, and that one little one that is lower and not full, that one we're trading some seeds and stems from that tomato. Okay. And so that way I don't have to replace that. And I'll just, for the peach one, I'll just go ahead and replace that.
Rabbit's got a good point. People that have greenhouses can grow sweet taters in this area because it'll extend the growing season into December.
Yep. So yeah, super, super exciting. I really hope this takes off and I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah. And but Spag's getting all the details on that. So you just want to make sure everything's tagged and travel ready. That's all I ask.
So Terminator says she's still waiting on her birth certificate. It's been almost 4 weeks. Only supposed to take 2 weeks. And it looks like I can't visit till next year.
Aww. That's all right. We'll do it again. If this takes off and it works, we'll keep doing it every time.
Well, next spring, I hate to say this, Midwest Preparedness Project looks like it's going to be even probably
Bigger.
Well, it's going to be bigger.
And better.
We're moving venues, as far as I know. As far as we're moving.
We'll
venues.
see what the numbers look like.
Yeah, depending on the numbers, and it looks like from listening to Spags and Data talk, looks like it's going to be even better.
100 slips and jars. Nice job.
Sure.
Ooh, I could get that one planter together, get that in the greenhouse, and then do sweet potatoes.
That's a good idea. Too. Grow it inside in a hanging planter, and then just wait for.
Excuse me.
Okay. For me, the story behind the seed is as important as the seed itself.
Yep.
Keeping those heritage cultivators alive with history. Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
Haiti on the U.S. website. I would hang my hat on the U.S. website. But
already playing a good deal, Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
In fact, we got some of these squash and zucchini that are doing so well, and I'll get out there and go check again. They're doing so well. I think I'm going to dry those seeds out, and those are coming. And I just have to get everything labeled and I did find my baggies. That box I was looking for. So I will get that done. I thought I was going to have to go buy envelopes, but I'm not going to have to now.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the greenhouse, we spent quite a bit of money on our greenhouse, and it's a good greenhouse. But you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can build a hoop house that'll last you, up until the winter gets really hard, out of cattle panel and 6 mil plastic.
Yeah. And surprisingly, I mean, that one was under 5,000, wasn't it?
It's 3,200.
Yeah. So no, but was that after the fire or before the fire?
That was the one before the fire. We got it cheap. We got
3,200.
Yeah, we got the replacement for 1,800.
That's right. Yeah. So for $3,200, it's a nice greenhouse, and it holds up to 65-mile-an-hour winds.
You see that?
Those are what?
All the 100 plants
from the 2 red seed tubes you gave me. Oh, bring me some. Bring me some more.
Okay, where are we? Rosie's gonna make everybody fat. Her keto lemon bars.
Yeah.
I know you can eat enough of them. You can put some weight on.
I like lemon bars. I'm a sucker for that. I don't know. But 10 by 26 by 7 cost me $300.
Yep.
My 10 by 20 by 7 cost me $228.
Yep.
Just
homemade.
Yep. Really.
The one thing,
and those are easy.
The one thing
I'll
say about ours is extremely efficient. It's more efficient than any home one that I've ever seen, homemade one. In fact, in the heat of the summer here, it's too efficient. And it gets to where we can't use it.
But I found a shade cloth on sale. I just got to get it out there, which I need to do that before the heat, especially if I'm going to get soil ready for fall. So for the fall garden. Sunroom.
There you go.
In my house into a greenhouse.
Yep.
Yeah, it works very well. Yeah.
And I'm going to take the bits that are left over from the one that got destroyed in the fire. There's enough there. I can make a partial greenhouse. I'm going to make one that's right up against the house and just like make a half hoop coming off the house. And she doesn't want me to do this, but I'm going to make it so I can use it as a sauna in the wintertime too. In the middle of winter and it's heated up, you'll be able to grow stuff in there. I can put the sauna on there, and
that's fine. I'll just pay attention when I grow.
Oh, his are out sunny.
Commercial made. Bought them from Out Sunny off the Wally World site. Even
we're gonna have to check that out.
What is so one of the things up here we have to worry about is wind. So what is the warranty, and then what is the wind speeds that it'll hold up to? So mine has a lifetime guarantee. It's strapped down, so it lasts at 65-mile-an-hour winds. It will hold. Was it 600 pounds of snow?
Yeah,
I think it's 600 pounds of snow, and then that kind of thing. So have to see what that is. Man, if those greenhouses are that cheap, we're getting more. So that's pretty exciting.
No, hang on a second. I'm trying to get a link. Get a link for it so you guys can see. I'm with you. If they're that inexpensive.
Then we'll get more.
Yeah, we'll get more.
And maybe we'll have it all set up. We just got to figure out fans for the summer. And those shade cloths now are on clearance, so we can know how many we're gonna do, and I could go ahead and get those.
So there's the link to the Out Sunny greenhouses.
Say Out Sunny.
That's the Out Sunny. Okay.
Didn't he put a T in there?
I think I posted on Prep Steading, told by less than 1,000.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I would just want to know the wind hold up, so we'll check that out after the live and see how that works.
So Terminator's repurposing a carport. That's
Nice.
a great idea.
Great idea.
That is a fantastic
Yep.
idea.
Yep.
So his have lasted through the winter and high winds, the big ones, the Gothic style shed snow easily.
Okay, cool. I will definitely check it out.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You know?
What else? I had
Easy.
one more thing I wanted to talk about. Oh my gosh. I remember what I wanted to talk about. Did you guys see the video of the British police arresting the 16-year-old autistic girl?
Oh,
That
geez.
was terrible. My son and I were talking about that this weekend, and so the little girl said that a female police officer looked like a lesbian, and that's because her grandmother's a lesbian, is married to a woman, or fake married to a woman, and the police officer took umbrage, and they charged her with a hate speech. And then they went in, and the poor little girl was hiding underneath the stairs, and 6 police officers burst into the house, and they drag her out, throw her on the ground, and put cuffs on her. And it's just, I told my son, our son's a police officer, and I told my son, thank God that didn't happen here, because I would end up going to jail myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what I would like to think I would do, but I would just I would get in trouble too. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening in this world.
Yeah. It's interesting, especially everything that's happening up in New York. And then, so you heard, I don't know, I heard several different stories. The mob of 50 that went into Nordstrom's or something like that. And first I heard $100,000 of merchandise that they walked out. Then I heard $300,000.
No, that was the Fendi store in Los Angeles.
Oh, the Nike store?
No, Fendi.
Oh, so I heard Los Angeles, they also got a Nike store. And so, yeah, there's just a lot, and they're letting this happen. But that's what they get for having a lawless city.
And we're not talking about this stuff because we want to blackpill people. We're trying to
be aware.
We're trying to make people aware and share this information and get it out so that we can talk about it. Because if we don't talk about this and we don't let people know that this is unacceptable, it will come. Where is it? Rabbit put it. That type of jackbooting is coming here soon. Well, it's already here.
It's already here.
It's already here because all you got to go back, find the picture of whenever the.
Let's go back to Ferguson.
No, go back to whenever they pulled Elian Gonzalez. The FBI pulled Elian Gonzalez out of his aunt and uncle's house down in Florida to send him back to Cuba. Oh. The picture of the SWAT guy with an MP5 stuck in the kid's face. So it's here, but we as patriots and conservatives have allowed this to go on too long.
Well, and here's the other thing. And so you want to be aware of what's happening and how they're doing it and all kinds of stuff, because what happens when you're in the store and a mob of 50 come in and they're stealing everything? You think they're only going to steal the merchandise that's on the shelf? I'm going to tell you, if you're in a store like that, let's just say from history, I'm going to say that they're also going to take your purse. And now they got your credit cards and they've got your cash or whatever. And so all of your information, and it could just snowball from there. And so I'm not saying don't go shopping and don't be comfortable. I'm just saying be aware. Be aware of your situation, know how to get out, know where the exits are, all of that. And there's nothing wrong with studying where the exits are.
Starla would like you to call her so she can get more information about what she needs to do.
For mid. Okay. All right.
You know, and like I said, you know, as patriots and conservatives, we point the finger at the big blue dots, and we point the finger at the Marxists, and we point the finger all over the place. And it's not that they aren't at fault, but the only people that we have to blame are ourselves, because we have allowed it. We've allowed this stuff to go on so much, you know. And we're in the middle of the fourth turning, and part of the what is it? Part of the makeup or part of the characteristic of the fourth turning is cultural insanity, and that's what we're going through, and we've allowed it to happen.
Yep.
So we need to start taking control of it, and we do that community. We start being involved locally, and we take power away from these people
Right.
that are forcing this stuff on us. Because if we don't do it peacefully, then the alternative is something I really don't want to talk about. You know,
Right.
we all know what the alternative is, and that doesn't end well for anybody.
Right. Right. Hey, Eagle Lover and Jonathan, has anybody heard from Jules lately? I've got this tent out here that I cannot sell, and so nobody wants it. We have Midwest coming up, so I didn't know if she was coming, and she wanted this tent back. And her stove is also here for the tent, and it's literally not being used. It's not ours, so we don't use it. And we didn't get it sprayed down or anything like that. We didn't treat it. We were talking about it, but we got too busy, so we didn't do that. And I'll go in there and look at it. I'll look at it, Rabbit. Thank you. And so I just need to figure out what to do with this tent, because we'll be taking the vendor booth, and I'm not going to have.
You know, she emailed the Grant Baker's Farm account not long ago. The email's still in there.
Okay, I'll email her then, because I need to figure out what to do with this thing, and it's not gonna fit on my truck and trailer, because not only am I vendor tenting, but I'm cooking, and so
And you're camping.
And I'm camping, so I will be loaded. But I think I could arrange for Hacks to come over, like we did last time, and load everything on his trailer. So I just want to make sure that she knows we're not hoarding that.
Okay, Eagle Lover and Rabbit are talking about venting the dryer vent into the greenhouse next to the house. That is a fantastic idea. I think you should.
What are you using for? Here's what I would worry about. What are you using for detergent? What are you using for fabric softener? Do you use balance sheets, that kind of thing? Well,
it's not going to hurt the plants in the air.
Well, you're going to have all that lint and everything coming off, and that's going to be sitting on there.
No, you put a lint trap on it. You have the thing vent into a bucket, so the air hits the bucket and all the lint sticks into the bucket of water.
Yeah, we had that in Grandview.
It worked great.
It did not. You didn't clean it. I did.
No, it got the lint out of the air
Everywhere.
You used a wool ball in the dryer.
Oh yeah. Well, then that's fine. What do you use for detergent?
If I build a greenhouse and put a couple of TVs in there and tuned it in, it would be enough hot air to keep the plants. Will it be enough hot air?
That's funny.
You might as well just add Fox to that too, man.
Right.
Eagle Lover says she did it and it saved all her citrus trees.
Really? Huh. All right.
Maybe I should put it back here and just have the vent into the greenhouse. Have the greenhouse back here.
I mean, you got to figure out. Well, first of all, what you need to do is
don't even say it. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. I do not want to know. I don't want to hear it. I know. I am aware.
Stop.
I know. I am aware.
Stop. And so what I'm saying is that has to be set, because you have to figure out if you're going to do the deck and everything after that. You have to figure out if you're going to have enough space over there to do it, right?
Yep.
So see, you just have to hear me out.
Mine run into a box of concrete blocks. That's an even better idea. Use the hot air to create a heat sink in those concrete blocks.
From the laundry?
Yeah, the air goes into a box made out of concrete blocks, heats them up, and then they release the whole.
Interesting.
That's a fantastic idea. Gregory just made it. Been working on cutting hay.
Nice.
Oh, Anti-Ajax just showed up too.
Hi.
How you guys doing? Yeah, another project. Like I don't have enough.
Right. I know. We were talking about several things, and he was getting ready to start another one. I'm like, can we just finish this one and get that going? But yeah, no, before winter, definitely we've got to figure out. And it's been raining. So, in fairness to him, it's been raining pretty much every day, and and pretty heavy. And so, going over to get the gravel has been kind of a pain in the butt. So we have to figure out getting gravel before we can set anything back here. But we know we're up against the clock, and we've got to get that done before winter.
Rabbit says this old hillbilly has a few good ideas once in a while. Yeah. Yep, every now and then. Yeah. Every now and then.
I'm excited about that. Yeah, to be able to add greenhouses like that for that expense, that's fantastic. So interesting.
Well, we could, if you, I don't want to put one back here. And honestly, because I want the deck and the
Do we have enough sun to do? I don't think we have enough sun back
there. Yeah, because it's a southern exposure, but that's not the point. The point is I want to use that space for something else.
Yeah, but we got all of that out there.
Yeah. So. But we can buy a couple $100 camping, like a tent stove, and put it in there and just put it just put mantle up there and run the stove in there.
Yeah. Not opposed to that. Count 2 more for your tent. two more for your tent. What day are you saying? I think Patty was wanting me to set up on Tuesday. I think I have her convinced to wait till Wednesday. I don't know. You guys, if you're gonna add, I can always go on Monday, set the tent up, tell you where it's at. I'll just hang a sign, Yoda, and then you guys can set up. And just
there's another good idea.
Just make sure I got room for my cot. And the buddy heater.
White sheets with grommets on it. Just
for what? Shade cloth?
For shade cloth. That's actually a good idea.
Well, this has grommets on it.
Yeah, but it's black. She's doing white so it reflects the sun.
Huh. I don't know. I've never seen a white shade cloth, so I don't know. But teach their own.
If you're building a greenhouse that you can run the vent into, just use a raised floor with sand and terracotta tile on it. Heat the entire floor with the greenhouse that way. Yep.
That's a good idea, too.
Smud pots, keep it warm. Just use cow dung. We got a whole property with a whole bunch of cow dung over there. It's nice and dried out.
Yep. Could be done.
All right. We're rolling on an hour and a half, and I need to get out there.
Rickster want to know how your
They've been talking about it. They've been talking. I've been ignoring them. My big medical concern right now is getting my chiropractic visit in and getting that fixed.
I thought you already set that appointment at.
Yeah, it's not till next Monday.
Oh, okay.
I am literally, I can't sleep because of it. I'm literally sitting at work with my eyes watering because I hurt so bad.
Have you been using the comfrey?
It's not gonna
it will help with the pain. It's not gonna heal it, but it'll help with the pain.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things that when it gets so far out of whack, it's my shoulder right here. But when it starts getting out of whack, it starts jacking with my clavicle, and then it messes with my neck and my back and my lower back, and now it's everything's so far out of whack that my hip is starting to hurt.
Well, and it didn't help that you had the grandbaby on your shoulders, and I say grandbaby, but man, she's a big kid, and so you had her on your shoulders carrying her around the zoo, and you picked her up by yourself. Mm-hmm. So probably wasn't a good idea.
But they were hurting. It was hurting. It didn't help. And it's so bad. My second heart attack. The way they figured out I was having one was because it hurt right in the middle of my back, and that's when the nurses started checking my blood pressure and doing all that stuff, and made me stop. It's that type of pain, but I know it's not a heart attack because I've been checking my blood pressure, taking my medicine, so I know it's not my heart, and I can heal if I move around. I can hear my bones cracking and my bones popping.
Gift card for a physical?
Do what?
He gets a gift card for a physical.
Who?
Rabbit. Must be a Missouri thing.
I got a house call coming up Mine's for 2 times a year. Plus, I get well, there you go.
Yeah.
Good insurance.
That's not. I mean, at least they promote you getting over there. But
The worst pain I ever had, a chiropractor couldn't help. Required a divorce. You remember that?
you remember that because if you do that, you're leaving your check at the door. Baby aspirin grumpy.
No, I still need to do that. I just been taking regular aspirin
You had me pick up your medicine.
because I wasn't thinking about it.
Okay.
I also need B12.
Okay.
So I just been breaking a regular aspirin in half, 150 milligram. It's not quite 80. It's not quite 81 whenever I get it done, but it works. It works.
Yep.
Okay, running an hour and a half. I need to get those animals out there. It's 8 o'clock.
I need to go
get them
check
out on pasture.
I need to check squash and tomatoes.
And we need to get the dogs out so they can run, go pee, and stop yipping.
Beat them with chickens.
I don't want to do that, and there's no chickens out there that need to be buried. So if there's one when we're done, then they'll be held to pay.
All right. Oh man, let me see. If you want me to send you a link for it. What is that?
I missed it. Hang on.
For what?
Hang on, Auntie. Okay.
Man, my throat all of a sudden tickles.
Just watched 2 American brothers hunting New Zealand eat a wild blimp. All of it realizing. Yeah, go ahead and send it. I'm not sure I'll watch it, but I could see that. Yeah, see, Gregory, that it didn't happen to mine. Mine just I had the first one was right here in the middle of my chest, and the second one, because it was the posterior what they call it, posterior artery going in. It was on that one. It was in the middle of my back. It was really weird.
It might have been too, maybe different causes and reason too.
Well, yeah,
because that's what when I had a TIA when I was young, and that was one of the things. My gut hurt and I was sick to my stomach, and it was very interesting. Then all of a sudden I got
it wasn't interesting. It sucked.
Well, and then I got super hot, and then yeah, so very interesting. But
we don't know. We don't need to go into details.
No.
All right.
Little embarrassing.
Like I said, guys, look, you guys make it worthwhile. The reason I did not want to do one today, because I really, with the way I feel, and we really didn't do much to talk about, honestly. I mean,
yeah, the grandbaby's over.
Yeah, the grandbabies are over.
And that's just the way it is. We finally got time off for us and our family. That never happens.
Yeah.
So
between that and the movie, that's the only. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know what you were talking about because I'm constantly cooking.
No, we went to see. We had the date night. And we went and saw Sound of Freedom and had sushi.
That was a few hours.
Yeah. But so you guys make it worthwhile, and you guys are the reason why we have these, and especially tonight. And I'm glad that I did it because I really enjoy talking with you guys. You guys have kind of become an extended community for us, and we hope that what we provide here for you, you take and you can extend it into your local communities. All right. Yeah, real life trumps YouTube every day. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It trumps it every day. Real life is so much better. Yeah. So we're going to leave. Do you have anything other than goodbye to leave them with? Anything? Call to action? Something to look out for?
I mean, as always, be 1% better tomorrow than you were today. Keep thriving. Strive to get there. Make sure that you're stacking and putting things away. Start building your communities. We did have somebody reach out to us, which was really nice, that wants to start their own community. Actually, they want to meet our community too, right? I think that's what I read in there. And
no,
so they're close.
He's close, but he wants to start one where he is.
Yeah. But they want to figure out how he did it. So exciting. We get to, you are going to help him get through that and start that. So make sure one of the things that G's been doing that was nice, you can go to the community page and look at our community newsletter.
Mhm.
And we do that, just kind of keep everything in, which remind me, I got to get a recipe over to her.
Okay.
And so, but we'll get that recipe, and they want me to start writing some recipes and getting them in there. So it's all good. That's what I got.
All right, and all I've got is we need to be aware of everything that's happening around us. We need to. I know, listening to the news. I don't listen to the mainstream media. Find alternative sources for your news, and read as much as you can. Read stuff that you disagree with. We want to expose ourselves as much as possible, and just be aware so that we can inoculate ourselves against what's coming. Okay, because there's a lot coming, and there's a lot we need to prepare for. All right. Till next time, you guys go out and live a life done free. Take care. And I'm ending it.